Good afternoon, Scott Anderson. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Chicagoland.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to be here, as always. We've got some good, fun, new stuff to report. Real progress.
Real progress.
And I'll just open with, first and foremost, we have a script, an actual shooting script.
We have a script.
Yeah, and that's done and finished. And like any script, it's set to change and evolve, but it's done.
How many pages?
33 for the pilot, but for the complete first 3 episodes, what are we up to? Like 100 and something?
We have 105 pages for the
pages.
first episode. So if I do the basic math, because I took remedial math 3 times, that comes out to somewhere like 315.
Wow.
Right, 315 pages.
Wow. And
That would be a novel.
Yeah, it could be.
Be a
I
novel?
misspoke. It was 33 scenes. 100.
Correct.
And how many
Correct.
pages?
104, 105.
Wow.
It grew a little bit by 2 pages.
Okay. But that's the good news. So that is done, and it's shootable, and we can't wait to start putting the pieces together. What we've done with this, you can call it a pilot or a script or however you want to call it.
That's it. It's a pilot.
It's a pilot. Is we've laid the groundwork for 3, I think, pretty engaging and interesting lead characters.
Amen. Namaste. My wife hates that. When she sees somebody go that go light, she goes, "Turn it off."
But you did something cool. You called it the Book of Bill, the Book of Keenan, the Book of this character called Senko. I might call him Branko because when I was living in Lincoln Park, there was a sub shop on Fullerton in the Paul campus.
Yeah.
It was called Branko's. Something to think about. But I like Senko. It evokes that coffee in the 70s.
That's why I came up with it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound exactly like he who shall not be named. Right? Right?
He who could have had it all.
Yes. So
Went to him on a,
right.
on a silver platter and he
Oh
said,
man!
nah,
But
thanks.
thank you for the memories. We're good because it helped. It helped. I mean, this is about. We came up with this. Let me just briefly say for anyone watching, hello. You're live on Instagram if you happen to be watching us. It's the only person probably on here is Nick Opasic. So Nick, if you're watching,
Nick gets Employee of the Month every month because he's the most dedicated guy. If you said, Nick, we're going to be shooting outside a bar at 4:30 on a Thursday night, he'd go, okay, I'll be there.
all right, no problem. I'll see you there.
Love that guy.
All right, yeah. So anyway, where was I going?
The books, Senko.
Oh yes.
He
So
who shall be named.
He shall not, but the books is chapters. I don't know. It makes sense in the writing process when we were doing it because, as you know, it's a mess of ideas we've had for 10 years, and it started because I was riding my bike home from Playboy that was demolishing like they got hit in Iran or Iraq. It was Iraq.
Bunker busters.
Yeah, a couple of bunker busters hit Playboy. So I was riding home one day, and I saw you walking down the street. This was on Halstead in Chicago, right by the old Montgomery Ward. If you really want to date yourself, say Montgomery Ward. I worked there. And I was coming around the corner, and you were walking along, and I pulled my bike over, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" You said, "Up to no good. I don't have a job anymore." I said, "Join the club." I said, "But I am playing with some cameras. Do you want to come over?" Knowing that you're an improviser, knowing that we had been on improvising teams for about 10 years along that way, and shoot some photographs. And you said, "Yes, I'll come over and shoot some photographs." And you did. And then I started to think like an actor again, and I saw it very cinematically. And then I said, "You know what? Let's get you a bad guy." I don't know why I said that. I don't mean bad guy. I mean a person that could, another protagonist, antagonist to create some drama and some conflict. And I called Keenan. And that was basically how Chicagoland was born.
Keenan was a guy you had used on some Playboy shoots and some Playboy articles.
Specifically
Really
for the
good-looking,
double
really good-looking,
NCAA basketball
Yeah.
tournament. What do they call that when Gary Cole would write that? All the guesses of who's going to win the chairs and the...
The Final Four.
The Final Four. You know, he would write about that. It was all like predictions.
Right.
So I hired Keenan as a center jumping for the ball in a photograph that then I put a lot of lasers and funky stuff behind the ball.
Well, he did play professional basketball.
Semi-professional basketball. Played in Europe. I think he's 6'4".
He's tall.
And
Yeah,
he's
he's
your-
tall.
and he's
lean,
your antagonist.
Really muscular.
Yeah,
really,
big
he
guy.
Is, as soon as the guy walks in the room, you go, oh,
Yeah.
there's an
He's got a
athlete.
deep voice.
There's an athlete. Yeah, really.
There's a commanding
Yeah.
personality in there, and he's an actor as well as a model.
Yeah,
So
great pick.
he came right on, and then we've just been sort of, threading people in this idea we've had for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And here we are. It's ready to be done. So we have a script, we have some locations to shoot, and we have a few people we have interested.
More than a few. At this point, the goal to finish out the summer is to make, we're not going to make the pilot by ourselves, but we are going to make a 3 to 5 minute, what they call in the industry, a sizzle reel. And what we will
Super
then
hot.
Yeah. And it'll take the best of the best of the best, the best lighting, the best shots, the best dramatic moments, funny moments, however you want to say it. I think when I say sizzle reel, I think most people know what that means. It means a demo. I mean, it shows the best of what we have to offer. Magic
pitch reel.
hour shots, yeah, all that stuff. And so we're going to shoot that from now through September. And that entails more or less 7 different scenes through 7 different shooting sessions.
Right.
From now until ideally the end of August. We have
7 weekends.
First 7 weekends, 4-hour slots. The good news is we're off to a good start. We have the first 2 pretty much framed up and ready to go. We're shooting on Sunday, and then we're not going to waste the week. I'm not going to be in town, but Keenan, and we're going to shoot.
Then we go to Indiana.
And
Gary,
a
Indiana.
very integral part of this mosaic. It really is. We don't talk about it a lot. People won't talk about Gary, Indiana, and that part of Chicagoland. But the rise and fall of Gary, again, something that mirrored the rise and fall of industrial America, but it was like times 10 because it was a company town. We're going to be highlighting that and talking about that in this story and how this person's vision involves bringing this city back from the dead, so to speak. So that's his passion, and that's what he wants to do.
Go ahead. No, I was going to compliment your words.
Yeah, so 3 primary characters, 3 primary arcs. I'm Bill, Keenan is Keenan, and we've got a really cool-looking young actor, young and handsome. I remember when I was. Just kidding. His name's Alvaro, and he's going to be playing Sanko.
Right,
That's
exactly.
I'm meeting a Bulgarian for a date tomorrow.
Come on now.
And she has told
What's
me
his name?
his name is Franco.
That was an old joke my dad used to say. Hey, I'd say, I got a girlfriend.
Nothing old about it. I still use it every day. I cannot find 2 guys for a threesome to save my life. It's not for lack of trying.
Oh, no. That's for another podcast.
I was going to save this for you and me, but since we're doing the podcast, I might as well tell you, she has tons of great stuff on Bulgarians in Chicago. Specifically, she gave us a whole season's worth of stuff.
Wow.
A ton of Bulgarians work at the airport.
Yes.
And they steal.
Oh, no.
They're at the airports.
Oh, no.
just
I
like
thought that was just
Goodfellas.
the Russians.
Oh, no. So that's how the Bulgarians make their money.
Oh.
So we can easily do, I think when we think about a Bulgarian's character arc, he somehow becomes the lord or the fiefdom of that part of town.
So she's saying they have gangsters, but Bulgarian gangsters are here?
And they hate the Russians, and the Russians hate them. Oh,
Right,
your
so the
instincts
culture-
were right. Yeah.
Right. There's a cultural war that's...
And the other thing, get this, because she used to work there. There was a Bulgarian TV station.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
There was a Bulgarian TV station in Bensonville.
That's where I live.
Where you live, or just north of where you live,
Right.
up York Road.
Yes.
About 10 minutes, and there was a Bulgarian TV station, and it's synced up with the Bulgarian TV station.
I know that antenna out
Sofia,
there.
that's that antenna. So she was telling me she started out in journalism in Bulgaria, so she was in TV. She was a TV journalist
What?
in Bulgaria. Yes, she was. She came here.
And you have a date with her?
Yeah, tomorrow. And she's
So it's
like
an audition?
She's like a 54-year-old Julia. We know Julia worked on, helped us with this scene. You guys don't know her, but Julia. Picture Julia, who's just in her late 20s, just starting out. Picture Julia as a 54-year-old, and you'll have your vision of this girl.
All right. Well,
Really smart, really, really good person.
that sounds like a lot of fun. I can
is
tell
gonna be a lot
your
of
blood
fun.
pressure just went up. So did mine.
Yeah.
Where are you having this date?
She is in Lake Bluff, up
Lake Bluff?
north, and she works in healthcare. She works in that beautiful.
She's a nurse?
No, she's a register, and she works in that beautiful Northwestern hospital, the Lake Forest Hospital that's up there. You know, when the
Oh,
bears
sure.
get banged up, they go to
Yeah.
that
Oh,
Lake Forest.
yeah.
She lives, works at that beautiful hospital.
All right.
that's where she works, and she's very happy. But she lives up on the North Shore, divorced. And,
Oh, sure, of course.
and she's very, and she loves TV. And I told her a little about what we're doing, and she's just enthralled with it. And
Oh, yeah?
really has some insights.
Well,
into
I'm glad I could help out your love life.
I'm glad I could help out your film
Hey.
life.
Hey, listen, do some reconnaissance. You're both this is like war games. You're like a spy, like a Russian spy, and you're going in and you're going to get some answers.
I'm going to get some answers.
All right, that's
when
great.
you and I very first started out conceptualizing the show, we said that the character I play, Bill, would be a chameleon.
Yes.
And indeed,
El Chameleon.
El Chameleon, as we wrote one scene about. And indeed, when I'm out and about, that is exactly how I feel. Like I'm going on a date with this person. Am I going to be fully present in my body as someone who's trying to, advance the sexual or the romantic part? I don't know. Or will I be the chameleon who's just going to ask questions, gather insight, be the journalist, be the detective? I don't know how this is going to.
The lover.
And, either of those things. The way my
Could
life
be.
goes, whenever I go for a romantic sexual adventure, I end up getting